Good Saturday evening. I'm certified meteorologist Nick Kelly checking in on this July 7th of 2018. It was another bit of a hot day, but we trended downward on the thermometer compared to the past several days. That's a good thing. Not only that, we dropped the humidity too behind our cold front that worked on through yesterday. That drier air made all the difference and made for just an enjoyable day for any and all outdoor plans. We'll keep the drier air in place for one more day before we see the eventual return of the classic summer humidity that we're all too familiar with around here. Let's continue on, starting off with how we looked over the past 36 hours from Joplin Regional Airport, at least the past 36 hours going back from about 5 o'clock this evening. Going back to Friday morning, we started out mainly in the lower to middle 70s and peaked, at least the city of Joplin did, in most spots north of 44 and north of the Kansas-Oklahoma line, in the mid-90s. Those of you that were in parts of Oklahoma and south and west of Parsons were lucky to catch some thunderstorms. That kept your temperatures down a bit yesterday, but everybody had a nice start this morning. Lows right around 70, and then only topping out near 90 today. Still technically on the hot side, but again, it's the drier air behind that front that made all the difference today. Look at that view from earlier this evening from 7th and Range Line. Nice looking sky, looking along the western horizon with the last of the sun's rays setting in the western horizon. Makes for a beautiful shot there. 91 for an official high today in Joplin after starting at 70 this morning. Believe it or not, it's been a while since we've seen a pretty much normal day around here. Our normal low is 70, our normal high is 90, so we're pretty much bang on for this July 7th this time around. Thankfully, nowhere near that record of 102 set back only 6 years ago. Last check of the currents we had at the airport in Joplin had us sitting at 79. It feels just a hair warmer because the dew points, even though it's much drier, still contributing like maybe an extra degree of warmth. In general, though, it's a nice comfy night with an east breeze, pretty light at 3 miles per hour. Everybody started out mainly in the lower 70s this morning, and everybody had to make do with mainly upper 80s to about 90, 91, maybe a few spots around 92 degrees. Last check of temperatures we had before we got to the top of the 10 o'clock hour had most spots already falling back into the middle to upper 70s, and all because of the dry air that we had in place today. It's going to stick around tonight. It's the same dry air that doesn't really take much effort to heat up. On the flip side of things, we keep these low dew points around for tonight. That means the dry air mass that takes no time to heat up, it's not going to waste any time cooling off throughout the night. So because of the drier air in place, we will be starting our morning out mainly in the mid-60s. And again, it's nice to see these numbers reflecting a more pleasant or refreshing air mass all around the area. The Skywatch Storm Tracker had us quiet today, mostly sunny to start, then a little bit of cloud cover throughout parts of the day. Any thunderstorms to talk about, or any attempted thunderstorms to talk about, were mainly let's say out in, let's say between Pratt and Dodge City along US 400 in south central parts of Kansas. And they continue to at least try and get going around west and south of Oklahoma City, let's say close to Woodward and stretching back down to Lawton and Fort Sill. The bigger and better chance for thunderstorms today were right along the cold front, the same cold front that moved through here yesterday, but it's actually stalled out now across the Gulf Coast. So as long as that stays off to our south, that keeps the better thunderstorm chances away. High pressure off to our east is giving us that easterly breeze tonight, and as we go into the day tomorrow. The overall trend, though, for the next several days, if you want a key area to focus on, you got to go upstairs to the jet stream level and keep an eye on what this upper level high wants to do as we go into next week. Thankfully, the brunt of this high stays off to our west again for one more day. So while that may mean we go back near 90 degrees tomorrow, we keep most of the oppressive humidity off to our west, even though we could see maybe a stray thunderstorm or two Sunday afternoon, early Sunday evening. It's looking like a pretty quiet day overall, lining up for your Sunday. Going into Monday, same story again. The high staying just off to our west, but it edges ever so closer to us. Maybe a few random storms Monday afternoon, but we stay hot. It's not until we really get into Monday, Tuesday, and especially the middle of the week, the brunt of the high shifts right back over the area, and that will definitely up the heat and humidity too. Speaking of the humidity, we're going to definitely notice it as we go throughout the course of the week. 90 degrees tomorrow, with the same dry air mass in place, it may feel as hot as maybe 91. So not much of a heat index to worry about for tomorrow. But Monday and Tuesday, that's when we up the humidity, and that's when we start to really feel it. It may feel like 96 on Monday, even though the official high looks to be about 90. 92 Tuesday makes it feel like 99, but going into Wednesday, we'll have that classic heat and humidity back here. The high may be 93 Wednesday, but it may feel close to 100 again as we go into your Wednesday. So let's recap your forecast for tonight. Let's just sum it up this way. It's a great night just to open up the windows, give the AC a break, because look at where temperatures go as we head into your Sunday morning under quiet skies. 64 degrees. That's going to be mighty refreshing. Anytime we get a number like that to start a summer morning out, we'll definitely take it. Again, because of the dry air in place, it won't be long until we really warm up. 85 by lunchtime, and then pushing 90 degrees around Joplin for the afternoon. I think Joplin stays on the quiet side, even though we'll have partly to mostly sunny skies. If we had the best shot for a random afternoon thunderstorm, it's going to be mainly close to Table Rock Lake, northwest Arkansas, and just south of Grand Lake, mainly along and south of Interstate 44. We may slightly up those rain chances, at least the coverage of those random pop-up storms Monday and Tuesday, but we keep the 90s in place. 90 on Monday, 92 on Tuesday, and then back into the mid-90s, taking us into the rest of the week. Saturday, there could be a stray chance for a random thunderstorm, but I'm thinking by the end of next weekend, that is when our next system will work in, and that could give us a better shot for storms by that Sunday, the next weekend. Have a good night. Have a great Sunday.